Sir, what do I say to this guy who's almost dead?
It's Jim Pembry, now talk to him, damn it!
You gotta talk to Pembry. You gotta talk to Pembry, goddammit.
It's Jim Pembry, now talk to him, damn it!
You gotta talk to him. How dare you ask me what you gotta talk to him about? That's Jim Pembry. You should already know.
Jim Pembry, now talk to him, damn it!
Yeah, you keep talking to Pembry like that. That's how you talk. That's how people talk to Pembry.
It's Jim Pembry, now talk to him, damn it!
Yeah, hold his goddamn hand. You hold Pembry's hand. You caress him. You smooth it. You put your fingers through his hair, whatever's left.
It's Jim Pembry, now talk to him, damn it!
The legend of Pembry lives within all of us. So anyway, during my time off, I decided to watch a movie that we discussed. We went pretty in depth on it a couple weeks ago, and that film is none other than our favorite, Silence of the Lambs. I watched it in its full. I haven't watched that movie all the way through. I haven't watched a movie all the way through in a while. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. It's been a minute, but there's a few things. It is a great movie. It's fantastic. I know it enough. We know the concept, but I just haven't seen it. Like, I like the whole. It's not even a trilogy. There's like 4 of them technically, because there's Hannibal Rising, but that one was like I didn't like that one. Silence of the Lambs was good. Hannibal was. I had the option to watch it. I would rather watch Red Dragon, but no streaming service had it as of like a couple days ago, so I missed out. Hannibal's okay, but it's set more of like a horror movie than it is like a thriller, I guess you could say. And Red Dragon is good, but I think Silence of the Lambs, what I like about Silence of the Lambs, the way it's done, and maybe it's because of the time period, is some of like the actors, like there was a scene in there, and unfortunately I don't have the video for it, but we'll get to another video in a second. There's a scene in which they go to check out one of the persons that were found in the river, and there's all these cops in the room, and they're trying to get rid. And all these local sheriff cops, you could tell they weren't like major professional actors. Everything was kind of, but it gave you the emphasis. Nothing was overacted though. There was a lot of subtlety in it. Movies like Goodfellas also had the same thing, where you could tell they were actors, but they weren't like classically trained, overacting, coming from wealthy backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like, turn on any fucking Netflix movie. Everybody from the extra in the background to the main, lead character is overacting to the hilt. It's the worst, right? But in these movies, they're just so much more subtle. There's a subtlety. The only people that really have to not even overact, but act enough, emote properly, is of course the leads. Of course Anthony Hopkins and I can't remember her name, Clarice and all that. Of course, Buffalo Bill. So there's a scene in which, and I've been yelling about this in my home, by the way, and I've been alone doing this. Just a keyword, I'm yelling this alone in my home for the last like 3 days. So there's a scene in which, so they move Hannibal Lecter, right? They take him out of the institution he's in. He makes the deal with the politician to be moved to another facility if he can help find her daughter. And in the meantime, he's held up in like a bird cage, which is so weird. Ukanuba, thank you for the follow. It's a weird kind of like prison that they put him in. It's like literally in a bird cage in the middle of nothing. It's like in this giant hall, and he escapes, right? And then we're not going to watch the scene with him escaping. It's unnecessary. We all know it. It's very crafty, but so he does that, and then he kills the 2 guards that are there. And there's a moment in which the officers on the main floor that are guarding access to Hannibal Lecter are like, hey, well, something's going on. And I just want to show you something. We're not going to watch this whole thing, but I just want to show you there's a scene in which a piece of this sequence that I have been yelling about for days, by the way, to nobody. to nobody. I was yelling this in my car to pick up a prescription at Walgreens. And I actually was mid yelling it to nobody as I was getting out of the car. And then somebody that was getting into their car looked at me because they thought I was yelling at them. Just wait until you find out what I've been yelling. So anyway, let's do, whoops. So
What
it's,
is this shit?
so they
Did somebody go up on 5?
They see something's up because who's going up? Nobody comes and goes from this without checking in with these cops, right?
Nobody went up.
Call Pembury, ask him to tell.
Yeah, good old Pembry. It's going to be important. Got to call Pembry. He's one of the guards watching Lecter.
CP. Shots fired on 5. Repeat. Shots fired on 5.
There's some shots fired. And then now it's coming back down. Now we know what happened. We know the thing that happens, right? Hannibal Lecter kills them. It's a red herring. They haul off. Well, let's not give it away quite yet.
Bobby, get the vest.
Right, Sarge.
All right, we're gonna fast forward just a little bit here. So they're going up, but like, look at the actors in this. By the way, none of them are overacting, and they're able to tell a simple story of what's going on. This is the young officer. You know, maybe he doesn't quite understand. He's listening to his leadership of his senior officer. Right, this guy. There's so much going on. There's such like a sub-story. And I want to know more. And in particular, I want to know more about a particular one. Watch. All right, so they got to check. They see something's up. They go in here. They find out that the guy is gutted, right? And then it's like a big because that's so, and it shows this the genius of Hannibal Lecter. He's like he disembowels this guy as a distraction, right? Reminds you of the X-Files, possibly. They're all shocked, but then they find
2 officers
an officer down.
down.
Clear.
Lecter's gone, Sarge.
Prisoner's missing.
Boyle's gun is gone, Sergeant.
Repeat, Lecter's missing and arm.
All right,
He
wait.
stripped the bed. Might be making a rope check all windows. Where the fuck is my ambulance?
Oh, he's alive. Thank God this other officer's alive, right?
Sergeant Tate, he's alive.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hands, son. Talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pitt.
This is the part I've been yelling about for days. So he's trying to figure out, what do I say? Sir, what do I say to this guy who's almost dead? What do I say to this guy? His face is disfigured. What do I say to him?
Where you can feel his hands.
I don't know.
Talk-
I don't know. If you usually like, yeah, talk to that guy, you're like, I don't know what to fucking say to him. It's like, hey, saw the sports game today. It was pretty cool. I don't know.
To him.
Yo, how's it going? Hey, I see your face is kind of fucked up. We'll get y'all fixed. Don't worry about it.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembury. Now talk to him, damn it.
That's what I've been talking about for days to nobody. I'm just like, Jim Pembry. I need to know about, it's goddamn Jim Pembry. You gonna talk to Jim Pembry.
Lecter's missing and arm.
Pembry, can you hear me?
He took Boyle's gun.
So I had to pause the movie and I paced the house, keyword alone, and I was like, you gotta talk to Pembry. You gotta talk to Pembry, goddammit. Pembry is he is an institution to this department. You're gonna talk to Pembry. Pembry is, I want to know so much about Jim Pembry. I want to know the way they emphasize the importance of Officer Jim Pembry. I want to know his backstory. I want to know what is. They would have been so great is that they would have dedicated at least 30 minutes of this film centered around the backstory of Jim Pembry. I want to know. He's like as we've talked about before, Todd Parker from Boogie Nights, right? He's just an amazing character I want to know more about. There's so much more. If I want, just like Todd Parker, which, let's review this. Jim was a great man, God damn it. Yes, Jim was a great man, damn it. You're going to talk to Pembry. You're going to soothe Pembry. His face may be disfigured, but his heart's still there with the department. You're going to take care of Pembry. God, look at him. Look at Pembry, damn it. You look at him in the face. Like I said, I was getting out of my car to go to Walgreens. I was listening to something on my phone in the car. The thought of Jim Pembry laying on the ground disfigured entered my head, and I had to start yelling it. I don't know why. I don't know. And I started going into a Tourette's-like moment where I was yelling about, we need to know about Jim Pembry. Jim Pembry, born 1946, because this was in 1990 this came out. 1946, he has been instituting his department for years. He wrote his first ticket at the age of 18 as a street beat cop. You're not gonna leave him disfigured without talking to Pembry. You better hold his hand while you whisper in his ear. Raise hell, praise death. Yeah, hold his goddamn hand. You hold Pembry's hand. You caress him. You smooth. You put your fingers through his hair, whatever's left. You let Pembry know you love him. And so that's what I did. I was driving. I get out. I'm starting to scream about Pembry. Without even thinking about it, I'm still yelling about. I yell as the door opens. I yell. Just one last. I had to get one more Pembry out. I put Jim Pembry, and the woman. There was an old woman get into her car, and she looks at me because of the fierceness in which I yelled that, and I had to realize, I'm in public now. I can't have a fantasy about the backstory of Jim Pembry in public. People may think I may not live alone for long. I may be put in an institution if I'm not careful. So we have to be careful. So he pokes Jim on the nose. Yeah. Yeah, he gives him a nice little nose poke. Come on, Jim, you're going to be all right. We're going to fix you up good, Jim. He's like, am I doing good? He's like, you keep talking to Pembry like that. That's how you talk. That's how people talk to Pembry. Just let's watch him yell at this young rookie cop one more time about how to talk to Jim Pembry.
He's alive. Sergeant Tate, he's alive.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hand, son. Talk to him.
Talk to him, son.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembry now. Talk to him.
You're going to talk to him? How dare you ask me what you got to talk to him about? That's Jim Pembry. You should already know. That's Jim Pembry.
Damn it.
Yeah, God. Are you fucking retarded, son? You going to talk to Pembry?
Lecter's missing and armed.
Pembry, can you hear me?
Can you hear me,
Took Boyle's
Pembry?
gun.
I want to see.
Pembry got off one round. There's a chance Lecter was hit.
They talk about Pembry like he was an athlete, like he was a star police officer. Listen, you don't understand. Pembry, there was a fire. There was a fire in a building. Nobody even knew about it. Pembry came in to save 16 orphans out of that fire. He came in. Pembry had the ability to climb walls and to shoot a web-like substance from his wrist. That's how powerful Pembry was. Pembry had an invincibility about him that could only be defeated by a certain rock formation from a distant planet. That's how amazing Pembry was. I know this is supposed to be a stream about like things that I hate, but I love this scene. I'm sorry, I just could not. Let's watch it one more time, shall we? Let's watch him yell at this kid again.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembry now. Talk to him, damn it.
I didn't make it past this part in the movie. I stopped. You gotta understand, I took a 30-minute intermission to fucking create a backstory for Jim Pembry. You know what Jim Pembry's first vehicle was? You know what his first vehicle was? It was 1972 Thunderbird. I don't even know if that exists, but that's what he had. That's what he had. He was 20 years old. He couldn't afford a vehicle on the foot because he'd come from small town police. So he couldn't afford it. He had to drive his mother's car. He drove his mother's car for years. He was late to blossom as a man. He didn't marry until the age of 27, which back then was like 40. Jim Pembry was a virgin to the age of 24, not by circumstance, but by choice. He couldn't find a woman that would be able to match his lifestyle as an elite officer of I forget what southern state that they're from. No, the 72 Thunderbird does exist? Okay, good. Jim Pembry. So you don't know what to talk to him about? You don't know what to talk to Jim Pembry about as he lays there disfigured, near death? You talked about that. You talked to him about his life. You talked about the legend. The legend of Pembry lives within all of us. His favorite food? He was a simple man. He was a simple man with simple pleasures. He was a big fan of Elvis. And Elvis liked to have peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Very calorically dense and not very healthy. If he didn't have this accident happen to him, he probably would have died on the toilet the same way. That's the life of Pembry. That's the way the Pembry family exists. In memory of Pembry, exactly. Let's watch this scene just one last time. I have to see it one last time. Then we can move on to the next thing I'm going to talk about.
Sergeant Tate, he's alive.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hand, son. Talk to him.
Talk to him. Talk to Pembry.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembry. Now talk to him, Dad.
Yeah, just talk to him about anything to Jim Pembry. You know Jim Pembry. Jim Pembry's your father. I hate to break it to you, son, but he's your father. You were conceived with his seed in your mother's womb. And I know they weren't married. You were born of sin, boy. But you have Pembry seed in you. You got that Pembry seed running through your veins. Running deep, deep in your veins. It's in your blood. You have Pembry blood. You got that's pure Pembry. I've officially lived alone for 1 week. This is where we go. This is what happens. Where do I get my weed? Nowhere. I'm sober. I'm sober as a judge right now. Is it Tennessee? Is that where they're from? I'm going to change my name to Jim Pembry so people talk to me. God damn it. Oh, my God. You don't understand. Jim Pembry's hijacked my whole week. But yeah, Pembry's great. We got to watch it just one last. I tell you, this is the last time we're going to watch this scene, and then we can move on. I swear to you. Just one more time.
Sergeant Tate, he's alive.
I just he's alive. Great. He's like, oh, sweet. He's like, the kid's like, oh man, at least there's a win. We're in this horrific environment, but I'm grasping for anything. And then he's just chastised because he doesn't know how to talk to Pembry.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hand, son. Talk to him.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembry. Now talk to him, damn it.
You can talk to Pembry. You can talk to fucking Pembry. God damn you. Oh, man. All right. Anyway, we've been doing this for a half hour. We got to move along. We got shit to do. And then it goes, I think that was the last of Pembry. Now, here's the twist. It ain't even Jim Pembry. That's Hannibal Lecter with Pembry's face on his face. He put his face on his face, so they thought it was Pembry. Now, how stupid would you feel? You just yelled at this kid to talk to Pembry. It wasn't even Pembry. It was Hannibal Lecter the whole time. Great film. There was a few other things to talk, so we can move on. Then there's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, American Girl. And every time I hear this song, that's what I think about. Oh, this is loud. Oh, Tennessee. It was Tennessee. This poor girl. Which, by the way, here's the problem. So she's just jamming out. This guy's scoping out like a creep. Would you? Oh, there's a great line in this too. But isn't her mom? Her mom's like a politician, and I was yelling at the TV. I yell at the TV a lot. You think that I just commentate on stuff on the stream? This is me in real life. I yell at the TV when I'm alone. I won't do it when other people are around because I know that's rude. But when I'm alone, I will yell at it where I'm just like, why is she living in this shitty Tennessee apartment? Her mom's a politician. You're telling me she can't afford like a better place to live than this place where fucking this creepo is gonna kidnap her? Look at her. She's got this shitty car. Her mom's like a senator, not a state representative, not a fucking a congresswoman, a senator. Like there's a lot of money in that. But anyway, there's this. The only reason I even linked it is this. There's a part where, like, this dummy, meaning, well, both of them are fucking dumb, but he's just like, I gotta find the. This was another thing I was shouting about.
Can I help you with that?
Would you? That was another one I just kept shouting around. It's really faint. I want to do a sound alert of this, but the sound is so faint. It's in the mix of the music. It's deep in there, so it's hard to tell. But let's just I'll just play this back as the. Let's go back a little bit. I don't know like what this accent is that this guy has. It is insane. It's like he speaks from he speaks from the back of his throat the whole time. But it's not like a savvy Southern accent. It's a light Southern accent. I don't even know. That's a hard one to do. Would you help me? Oh wait, is she a great big fat person? Anyway, so that was it. That was me the last few days. You want to know what I've been doing since the Rumble? I've been running around the house yelling about coming up with a backstory for Jim Pembry and doing very subpar Buffalo Bill impressions. That's all I've been doing. That's it. And then, of course, there's Todd Parker. Let's end on a light note with one of our favorite characters that need more of a backstory, Todd Parker from the movie Boogie Nights. Todd Parker from Boogie Nights has one of the best intros of any character in a film. Just watch. I know we've watched this 100 times, but just once more. Just for the goof. Let's watch it one more. Look at that. Look, watch. This is all you even need. This is 2 seconds right here. You hear a car tire squeal, and he just kicks that fucking gate open, struts in. You know he's trouble. You know Todd Parker's trouble. He's coming to meet the gang, Dirk Diggler, Reed Rothschild, and Scotty. That was it, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Scotty J, I believe his name was in this movie. You know he's going to send him down a dark path full of drugs and murder. Look at him. Kicks it in. And there's pictures. Like, he walks in and there's just like, God damn, this is... Paul Thomas Anderson, amazing filmmaker. Because within these 3 seconds, you get everything you need to know. Look. Look at it. It's like a...
Parker!
Reed Rothschild.
You made it!
Yeah, he don't dance Sunday nights.
Amazing party, man. Fucking chicks everywhere. You bet. Courtesy of Jack Horner, thank you.
I wouldn't mind me having a piece of that action right over there.
Piece of that action. I wouldn't mind me having a piece of that action right over there.
Michelle, I'll introduce you.
Yeah, introduce her to my lap.
Sure. Introduce you to my lap.
He's so cool. He's like so... I want to be Todd Parker. That'd be cool. Look at him. He's fucking dope. You love the hair? Yeah, dude. Fucking Todd Parker's the man, dude. Look at him.
Did you get off work, man?
Don't dance Sunday night.
Right.
Oh, come on, Reed. You know that. Reed. I'm sorry. I'm crying tears of joy. Reed, you know. You know that I don't dance Sunday night, Reed. You dumbass. You should know this.
Whose fella's out on the driveway?
Dirk.
So jealous. That shit's jamming, man. Start down low.
Full fucking race cams, baby.
350 cube, 3 1/4 horse.
I don't even know if these are real terms he's saying. But if he said these to me, I'd be like, you know about cars, man. You're Todd Parker. You're pretty cool.
Power, 4 speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold. Full fucking race cams.
Full fucking race cams. I'll be like, yeah, I don't even know what that means. But that sounds cool because you said it. He's a modern day cowboy. But you know who else I love? Not this guy. Where is he at? I love Jim Pembry. Let's just for goofs and gaffs, let's take a look at Pembry one last time.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hands, son. Talk to him.
What do I say?
It's Jim Pembry now. Talk to him, damn it.
You talk to him, damn it. All right. Listen, we've watched it like 30 times. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about with Silence of the Lambs, and I don't have a video for this, but Buffalo Bill's basement, way too big. That doesn't even. I was trying to map the square footage of the house from the outside shot, and then there's this basement full of catacombs. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Just a thought.